Hey everybody, Casey Nelson here coming at you today. It's part 3 of our Jinx PBE guide series, and this will probably be the last guide for her before she comes out, but I wanted to get out as much footage of her as possible. She's pretty fun. I think she's much better than the Lucian ADC that was previously put out. So in today's guide, I'm going to go over everything that I know about Jinx, her moves, her possible builds that would be beneficial, and just the way I play her. I'm an ADC Diamond main, so hopefully I can show you guys how it's done on the PBE. So first things first, her passive, it's called Get Excited, and every time you get a kill or an assist, you get a small home guard effect for 4 seconds. So it's really nice because, as you can see, I'm not getting any creeps. Any creeps here. So we're just gonna have to keep going. Anyways, after you get a kill or an assist, you get a nice movement speed boost. So what that's gonna allow a lot of people to do is push too far, get a tower, run out, or if you don't have flash up, if you're in a team fight, then you can get a kill and get out real quick, and it's gonna be pretty amazing. So her Q ability is minigun / rockets. It's called Switcheroo. So you attack with one of 2 weapons. You attack with the minigun, and every time you do, your attack speed goes up. It stacks 3 times for a total bonus of 50% at level 1, and that 50% turns into 70%, 130%. It gets pretty ridiculous, to be honest with you. And then when you switch to her rocket, you get 110% damage, and it's AoE. You gain more range on your attack, but it does drain mana with every hit. So it's gonna, playing her is gonna be a big combination of knowing when to switch from which weapon to which weapon and using that correctly. Because the AoE can crit, so if you build Infinity Edge on her, you can get AoE crits, which is something that's pretty ridiculous as well. So her W is called Zap, and basically it's like a channeled ability that you shoot. If it hits them, it slows them and it reveals them. So if they try and go in the bush and try to escape, then you can shoot at them, or if they try and get away, you can shoot and slow them down. So that's really nice. And then her E is called Flame Chompers, and basically imagine having Caitlyn's trap like this, and we'll slow her down. We're gonna stay on minigun there. Perfect. So you just throw it out. It can stay alive for 5 seconds, and if they run into it, then it snares them. And it's really nice because it sets up a lot of your other abilities. So you can E, and then you can either, put DPS down, and if they try and get away, W them after, or just snare them, get your burst down, and then ultimate them. It just opens up a lot of avenues. So when using her Q, if you need to push the lane, then I would switch to rockets because of the AoE damage. And I recommend maxing Q first. It's worked out best for me just because the attack speed boost is so good. We're at level 4, 70% attack speed bonus when you have the 3 stacks, and look how fast we're pushing this tower. So I really like that about her. We're going to E, stop her from getting away, and rockets as to do maximum damage. So it's not too bad. And we'll keep pushing this tower, and we'll go back and buy afterwards. You can slow with W. We've got 1 off. Again, switch to rockets when you want to get that max range there. And Lucian's going deep. It's fine. Let's just follow, because that's what we do. Flash and barrier up. Maybe we can get a cheap kill on Aurelia. Nope. Okay. Again, if you need to push, just AoE rockets is the way to go. So let's see if we can get that. So we're going to use that to get away. Lay the traps down. As you can see, I have the home guard effect, so we'll stick on miniguns until she tries to get away. I just don't have the mana. Nope. Okay. I was so far out of mana that I wasn't able to switch to rockets. I think I would have been able to get the kill there, but that's okay. So far, so good. We'll just push this lane, bust out the rockets, and quickly push it. Make sure we get every CS though. That's what good ADCs do. So at level 3, it's 90% attack speed. And then if you have 3 stacks, when you switch to rockets, your first shot with those rockets gets the benefit of whatever attack speed stack you're at. So in this case, 90%. So it's kind of nice to get 3 stacks, switch to rockets. That rocket's going to shoot really quick, and then you can stay with rockets or you can switch back to minigun. But as you're just starting out, minigun is going to be the first bet, and then, excuse me, minigun is going to what you want for single targets, and then AoE fights you want to switch to rockets. But I think that's what's going to separate the good from the great Jinxes. So I like to max Q first, W second, get 1 point in E at level 3, and then max that last, only because we're just worried about the fact that we have a skill to snare. We don't really care about the damage or the cooldown, because more than likely you only get 1 shot at it in a big fight anyways. So having the shortest cooldowns on W and Q are going to be of more value to us. As far as the builds, so far I've learned that Infinity Edge is actually really handy, as the rocket AoE can go ahead and E. Oh, okay, we're bad. I do have. Okay, we're good. Look at the burst. Switch to rockets for that extra range, but it wasn't gonna matter. All right, so we know Aurelia's gone, so we have an easy way to just push this lane, and no better way to do that than to bust out some rockets. And I'm gonna see if I can't get this gold in here. Look on the map. So her ultimate is basically an ash arrow of sorts, and in the sense that, oh, I just saw that Nocturne. That was weird. You guys saw that Nocturne? But he's middle. That's so weird. Anyways, her ultimate is all the way across the map, and it explodes. It goes through minions, and it only explodes on champions. And let's see, it does more damage the longer it travels, and it does 80% AoE damage, and it does, oh, okay. We're gonna slow him, we're gonna destroy him, and so the lower the health they are, the better, because it does 25% of the target's missing health. So the more missing health they have, the more that percentage damage is. The W has an incredibly long range. We'll switch. Alright, miniguns. Yeah. Look how much distance I cover when I do have my Get Excited up. It's quite a lot of damage, and I always like to open up with her E. We're pushing the lane, so we're gonna rocket it up. But in team fights, I like to open up with E, snares them, makes everything much easier to hit for you. For pushing towers, miniguns is an obvious choice because of the attack speed boost. I mean, at level 4, it's at 110% damage. You see the boost from killing it. So if you need to get away from a tower if you're pushed too far, that's another really nice tool. And so far so good. So I think they might nerf her Q a little bit, just because that attack speed bonus is quite a lot. So we're going to go Infinity Edge here. We'll get boots 1. A couple health pots wards, and we'll go push middle. So let's see what else. Spells wise, I have to go Barrier and Flash. Those are typical ADC spells there. Oh, what's he doing? I have long range ult, so we look for an opportunity to get some kills there. Just like if you had Ash Arrow, there's gonna be a lot of montages, I'm sure, of, you know, Jinx's ult. What do we got here? Bait it, bait it, bait it. Oh, okay. I put him down, I saw the Nocturne. And we'll just push the tower. Again, minigun is the way to go. And we'll wait till she has low health, and we'll ultimate. The lower health she is, the more damage that does. So, and even now I'm not the best at knowing when to switch from Q. I'm just so used to mashing buttons in fights that I might switch when it's not the most optimal time. But, yeah. Just know that the rockets does give the most range instead of minigun. So if you need to get that last hit, rockets is going to be a nice finisher for you. We're going to ward. Again, it's PBE, so I know the skill level might not be most intense, but that doesn't mean you can't practice good rotations while learning a new champion. So single target, we'll let our this be up, and W, nope. So you notice how long, I mean the range on W is so long, it's gonna allow you to chase down a lot of different people. So team, again, W, you saw how far that hit. And we have the home guard, so we're up there. The enemy Jinx knows what's up. I mean, we're at max Q, and it's doing 130% bonus attack speed when you're full stacks, which is 3 hits, which is nothing. And then the rocket gives you 175 range, so it's pretty huge. Or we can stun her, we can get a kill. We'll blow her up, switch to rockets for hopefully that last hit. And we got her. And if you're gonna dive with Jinx, it's gonna allow you to dive a lot easier as well, because you can get out of those nasty situations if you are. So we'll stay up. Oh, switch to minigun, and look how fast we are. I mean, it just allows you to chase super fast. We're pushing, we're rockets. If you can hit more than one target, that is. I have a lot of money, and I want to buy Infinity Edge, so that's what I'm gonna do. I like her teleport. Whoop! And back to base we go. So, Infinity Edge, boots too, and you probably should get Vamp Scepter, just depending on how the game's going. If it's early and you don't have enough for BF Sword on your first back, you get Vamp Scepter, but you know, we're doing pretty well, and I'm not too worried about staying alive because, I mean, I'm so fed that they'll be dead long before I need to lifesteal. So, we'll check her out. So far, what do we know? We know her passive is amazing. It gets us out of being pushed too far, or lets us chase down champions in a team fight, or get away from champions in a team fight. Definitely a very viable passive. You know her ultimate is a long range ult that will kill. 3, 2, 1. Houston, we have a problem. Houston. Alright, so this game's gonna be over here. Oops, switch back to minigun if we're pushing turrets, of course. It's just so much damage. And we're just gonna keep the good times rolling. This game's coming to a close here. I mean, I am not an expert. Will W get the slow off, but of course not that. So the traps does have a pretty short throw range. I keep under anticipating how far it actually does go out. Rockets is a little slow, definitely minigun for just really close up targets, honestly. Rockets is nice to have the initial burst, but the attack speed just 130% attack speed is just hard to give up. So if I'll show you the AoE crit. You see the golden letters, it means it's critting. So no crit, there's a crit, there's a crit. You get the idea. And I might die. And I'm out. Oh! So you see how having that home guard effect lets us stay alive. Oh! Dodging. I have 5 on my ult. Can I get a kill? We'll try and save. There we go. Alright. So, I'm really digging our friend Static Shiv. I mean, other builds you could go are Bloodthirster, Last Whisper, kind of the old MF build, just because of her moves do scale off AD really well. And you don't need attack speed because you get it from Q, and you get a little bit of movement speed from her passive, so you might get more value out of going Bloodthirster, Last Whisper. But that's if they go tanky. You know, all builds are situational, but you kind of have the general toolbox of what to use. So, again, I love her E. I think it's really good offensively. Defensively, of course, but if you can get that snare off, it sets up all of your other moves. Her ultimate's really good in team fights just because of the 80% AoE damage. Lee's dead. We're just gonna push and finish here. I mean, I love Infinity Edge Static Shiv on her. It does take a little longer to build, so just be aware of that if you are behind. You know, maybe do think about going a Bloodthirster, Last Whisper style. So maybe we can get. Yeah, that works. We'll stay on minigun. It's single target again. That's our MO. Ooh, rockets. Oh, that one crit! That one crit! Alright, my life's complete. I've seen the rocket AoE crit. Therefore, team fighting is going to be redonkulous when she comes out. I'd be shocked if she didn't have some sort of nerf going down. In some sense, I mean, you know, I don't know if people know how to play against her or what, but all the PBE games I've played in, it's been a bloodbath. So, initial impressions, I think she's much stronger than Lucian was when he first came out, and I think she's going to be a hot buy at 7,800 LP. She's super fun and definitely reinvigorated my passion for the ADC role, because Lucian disappointed me. So thanks for stopping by, guys. That's part 3. I hope you have enough of Jinx to lash it till she comes out. So I appreciate you stopping by. I hope that you like the video and subscribe, because I'll be doing more of these guides as well as the other ADC guides that I will be creating, hopefully to let us become all better players. So it's been fun, and I appreciate you stopping by. Thanks. Have a good day. Bye.